night. I say I gotta get it every night. They say I get it every night. I say I'm gonna go and get it every night. I'm about to show you what a fright. I say I gotta get it every night. I gotta get it every night. Hey, I gotta get it every night, night. I gotta get it every night, night. Hey, ho, G, hey, M, E, back at it again. It's the insane, that the dang. Everybody doing the same damn thing, damn thing. Everybody knows insane game freak. Insane game freak, insane game freak, insane game freak, insane game freak. Whoa, insane game freak. Oh, insane game freak. Oh, we back at it again. Everybody go tell a friend. And I wanna know if the game will end. Will it end? We're back at it again. About to go and tell your friends. I don't know what we about to do, but it about to go in. I'm just rambling. This is terrible. At some point, you might just think, Terrell, maybe you shouldn't just fucking sing songs. That would be smart. Nah, it's a force of habit. It's a force of habit to sing badly, 100%. Because I cannot and I will not be trusted. Because I can't just keep my shit together. That would be too much. Although people would question, you might be a little bit crazy if you're talking to yourself about things that aren't that important. And you're very right. It would be fucking crazy. It's a good thing I only do that in the comfort of my own home. That's not true. I do it all the time. Thank you for hosting, Lightning. How you doing, bro? Hope you're doing well, man. Where the hell is it? Where the hell is it? Hey, where the hell is it? Hey, where? Damn, you guys are quick. What, can't not keep it together in your pants? Shut up, Fox. You can't be trusted, Fox. Fantastic, Mr. Fox. We're not gonna be friends no more. What's up, Lightning? What's up, Fox? What's up, GT? What's up, Black Jedi? I know it's Malik. Malik over there chilling. He's like, hey, you ain't about this life, man. You don't know. Okay, so real quick. Sorry, I forgot to add that emote thing that you guys liked from last stream. I'm gonna add it to this scene real quick. So you guys who want to spam your emotes, they'll show up on the screen. Let's see, emote wall. Yeah, here we go. And then we're gonna put it all up in this bitch. Probably about here. And then maybe, yeah. I'm waiting for Devil's Third Deluxe. That game needed a deluxe. That game needed to be finished. That game's not even finished. That game needs a lot. And I mean a fucking lot. Jesus Christ. And then I think they put it out on PC later. That was the other thing. It was just a whole thing. So, oh yeah, and I saw Roshi is the next DLC character for Fighters. Yeah, it's a podcast. I've been doing podcasts since this year, I want to say. So where I talk about like video games and stuff, and if people want to ask me questions, they can shoot me questions in the Discord. Because in terms of gaming news, there's not a lot of things to really go over. There are a few things, but not a lot, if any. So we're just gonna have fun with it. Let's see. Did the Fox emote even pop up like it was supposed to? Because goddamn, it was supposed to pop up. Also, why does it have a 1 next to it? That shouldn't have been right. Hold on. Copy. That might be part of the problem. Let's see. If anyone wants to try spamming emotes real quick just to make sure they're popping up, that would be greatly appreciated. I just want to make sure it pops up. They should be popping up. We'll make sure. What's up, Crystal King? What's up, Orion Sword? Oh, nah. That really affected you. Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah, they're popping up. All right, we're good. We're Gucci. So, I think you guys like that stuff. Obviously, you got having way too much fun with this. It's only like the first 5 minutes, guys. Oh my goodness. Also, oh yeah, Streamlabs lets you know when you get a combo. I forgot about that. That's stupid. That's so dumb. So I don't know how much you guys care about seeing that kind of stuff, but I know you guys liked it before. Lightning, don't get too crazy with it. I'm putting the feature up so you can enjoy it. Don't get too nuts with it, guys. Also, these are the emotes you get when you fucking subscribe. So yeah, subscribe if you want to get these emotes. I'm gonna stick to what I usually do. What do you usually do, Fox? Y'all, this has literally become toxic as hell. That's what this has become. I gave you guys options. Oh yeah, that's right, because y'all only have the early stubs. Then now y'all just getting combos and shit. This is so stupid. This has become chaotic. I gave you guys one feature. I gave you guys one fucking feature and you take advantage of it. And you abuse it. I thought we were free. I'm gonna let you go ahead and get it out. I'm gonna let you guys get it out now. Because in about another minute, I'm gonna like get into normal topics. Because this is stupid. You guys are stupid. What the hell icon is that? This is why people don't put on this feature, because y'all can't be trusted for nothing. I should have just made this an emo only chat and then been done with it. That's what I should have done. That's what I should have just said. I'm done with it. This is be stupid. This has literally become a cursed image. This is all cursed. You guys have cursed me. I'm going to jail. Oh my goodness. Hold on. While you guys are doing that, I'm gonna go look in the chat to make sure there was any. If you want to ask me questions, obviously go on the Discord and ask me questions. That's always great. Why the hell did? What is this? Oh, that song. I guess he just posted it for the hell of it. That's besides the point. Where the hell is Twitch? Twitch has gotten away from me. Hold on. I had something else up. What the hell was it? Wasn't that? Oh, it was this. Okay. All right, so let's look and see questions. All right, cool. So we got some questions, not a lot, but a few questions. So the first thing I guess I'll do, I'm doing this primarily for Juice because I know Juice talked about it. What's up, Donnie Arts? So I don't know how many people are aware of the Control situation. So Control is that game from last year that kind of came out of nowhere in terms of like the Game Awards. People were like, "What the fuck game is this? And why is it on the list of Game of the Year?" Because nobody knew what the fuck it was. That game came out, and I know Juice enjoys it, and a lot of people did enjoy the game. So, I mean, I'm glad that people enjoyed the game. But apparently, recently, I think last week or like recently this week, yeah, that game. So apparently, they're releasing a ultimate edition of that game. Oh, let me bring the mic closer. That might be also something helpful. They're releasing a a definitive edition of that game that comes out, I think, in like 10 days, 10 or 11 days. It comes out, I think, at the 27th of this month, I believe. And it includes all the DLC, and apparently it's going to have like a free upgrade. If you buy like that version of the game, you can then put that version in your PS5 and Xbox One Series X, Xbox Series X, and it'll be like a free graphical update, right? It's also getting its PC release. That was the other thing, I believe, outside of the Epic Store, because I think it was only on the Epic Store, and then now it's getting like a Steam release. And the main frustration people are having is the fact that if you already own the original version of the game, you don't get that same advantage if you put the original version of the game into an Xbox One X or a PlayStation 5. Like apparently you don't get the free upgrade, right? And that's people's primarily like their main issue, right? Why is that? And that's such a scummy thing to do, right? Oh, hey, what's up, Red Dragon? I did not get the Sonic Yankee controller Lightning. But here's my thing, and I'm not disagreeing that it's not a scummy thing. I'm just more surprised why that is the only thing people are mad about. I figured the thing you probably also should be mad about is the fact that it has two DLC packs, right? You have the first and second one, and the second one is going to come out the same day that the Ultimate Edition is coming out. That includes the DLC with it, meaning pretty much the same day you're getting the DLC for the $20 or $30 you paid for the DLC. They're getting that same deals, both DLCs in the main game and the upgrade for $40. And I guess that kind of ticks me off that it's doing that whole and the fact that it's only been a year. It's only been a year, and we already got a quote unquote definitive edition coming out. And people are going to make the argument that it's for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox One X and my Xbox Series X. And I guess my frustration is, listen, one of the main advantages, there are not a lot of advantages of buying games when they're brand new. I want that to be stated. Actually, we have gained less and less advantages being the type of like consumer to buy games when they first come out. And to give context, to explain what I mean by that, I mean like games usually need to have patches within the first month or two of it being out. So most people who end up playing the game at launch usually has to deal with some nonsense in some way, shape, or form, and then it gets patched out later. They are spending the full $60 versus if you wait a few months in most cases, unless it's Nintendo games, but for any other games, for the most part, if you wait a couple months, you could then get that game for $10, $20, $30 less. And then you have cases like these where a definitive edition comes out so fucking soon that it's like, yeah, if you had just waited waited a year, apparently, you could have got the same game with all of its extra content for $40. So in the grand scheme of things, it already is no real advantage and no real reason you should buy a game when it comes out unless you really are interested in that game and you think it's worth the $60. So one of the things I thought, at least for me personally, I always viewed as one of the only few advantages you get is being able to play the game before other people. That's it. Time. That's it. You get to experience Kingdom Hearts 3 when it launches, right? You get to experience Final Fantasy 7 Remake when it launches, Red Dead Redemption 2, Breath of the Wild. When the game comes out and you're an early adopter, that's the only advantage you get. You get to experience and enjoy the game as soon as it comes out. And I would hope to think that would be included for DLC. The fact that you could spend $20 or $30 for the DLC, because I don't know how much the DLC was, but you spend $20 or $30 for the DLC, and when the time comes for that second part of the DLC to come out, and you realize at the same time you're getting this DLC, other people have then went and bought the fucking game for $20 less than what you initially paid for it. Plus, they're not spending money for the DLC. Plus, they're getting the stupid free upgrade that you're not getting on the original version. And it's like, why? So my issue isn't not being mad at that. My issue is more so, why is that like, I feel like the goalpost is moved. Remember when people got mad at fucking Capcom for Ultimate Marvel vs. 3? That's a good ass example. Remember Marvel vs. 3? Marvel versus Capcom 3, and then Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 that came out within 6 months of each other? Anyone remember that? I do, because I bought the original game. And then 6 months later, here's the announcement for the new game. But I just bought that game. Do I get a free upgrade? No. Capcom did this back on the PS3 and 360 era. And guess what version that most people play of Marvel's Capcom 3? They play the Ultimate Edition because motherfuckers bought it and thought that shit was okay. And to me, it's the same nonsense that within a year you put out a quote unquote definitive edition, and the person who bought it at launch, and this is worse because the second DLC comes out the same fucking day the Ultimate Edition of this game comes out. And people are only mad about the upgrade. You should be mad about the fucking DLC nonsense. The fact that I paid for the DLC and these people, and the better version, the better option is literally coming out on the same day. If I was someone, because you know what most people do with DLC? They either wait until both DLC packs are out and then make a decision, or they wait, or they go ahead and buy it first because they're just super into the game and they don't care. Those are usually your two fucking options, right? So it's crazy to me that as a consumer and as a gamer, people's issue is only that. I also have an issue with actually Final Fantasy 15. Final Fantasy 15 you can buy. You at least get buy the Royal Edition as DLC. Kind of like we're talking about Control, the issue that Control has, where Control has a Ultimate Edition coming out the same day its final DLC pack comes out, and the controversy that's been going on about did they do it with RE5 Gold Edition? Like, the problem is this has been a common practice. For some reason, people are surprised. And so when Juice made the video talking about how this will become a practice moving forward, this is already a practice. The fact that they were releasing definitive editions of games that weren't even a fucking year old was a problem in its own right. Because for one, it burns the original consumer. I bought the game and I bought the DLC. I gave you the $90, right? That's like, you know what that is? The equivalent of that is like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, right? Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was a $60 game and then had $30 DLC. Now, I 100% believe that Xenoblade Chronicles 2's DLC is $30 was worth it. 100 fucking percent. But that's the equivalent of that game coming out in 2017 and then late 2018, early 2019 coming out with a definitive edition that's cheaper. Yeah, if you're a person who waits on games, you got a great deal. But if you're somebody who fucking who invested into the original game, you feel cheated to a degree. Because it's like, bro, I already don't get a lot of advantages for buying your game new. The one thing you should give me the common decency of is getting to play the DLC first. This shit's coming out the same day the DLC comes out. That's so dumb to me. What's up, Android? What's up, Bad Latency? Oh no, Torno alone was worth it. 100%. I still gotta try Xenoblade Chronicles. What's up, Nomax? It's been done since Street Fighter 2 with Super Street Fighter 2 moving forward. Exactly. Now, and like I said, I'm not saying it's not offensive to also. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. But I'm not saying it's not offensive. I'm not saying it's not the whole upgrade issue isn't offensive too. I'm just saying that shouldn't be your only complaint. Oh no, I'm good, super guy. I'm looking at Discord at the same time. That's why. I bought Borderlands 3 on release and that was not worth it. Yeah, like realistically, there's no advantage of buying games at launch at the time. That's what I'm saying. My main frustration is the fact that like we already don't get a lot of benefits for buying your game at launch, right? Other than getting to play it first. So don't be a dickhead and release DLC early on, and then like as the early adopter, I don't even get to take full advantage of it. Why? Because fucking I could have just waited, and by the time the second DLC came out, guess what? 10 out of 10. Guess what happens? I could have bought the better version. So I 100% agree with it being nonsense. Um. Also, thank you for hosting, Richie. What's with the manic episode thing? I just saw it and I don't know. Oh yeah, that's a podcast thing. That's what that is. Sorry. I forget some of you guys wouldn't know that. Yeah, essentially, I've been doing a weekly podcast. I do it primarily on YouTube originally, and I just recently started doing it on Twitch. Uh, so yeah, that's what this is. This is like a weekly Sunday thing where I take out like an hour and I just discuss various topics in gaming and gaming news. What in the hell is that? It looks like a shield or a shovel. I can't tell specifically, but it looks like a shield or a shovel. But yeah. Oh, let me see if I missed anything. DLC is just finishing up an unfinished game. Not in every case. Sometimes DLC is an addition to an already great game, in my opinion. Not DLC has been and probably will continue to be used as a like stopgap. I don't disagree with the statement. I'm just saying it's not always that. JRPGs are worth it day one because they even if it gets DLC, the base game is usually yeah, that's true. Most RPGs you don't have that issue with. I haven't bought a game at launch in years, and that's the reason why you don't. There's no benefit to doing so. And they're upping the game prices point to $70, right? The only game I heard that's happening with isn't it NBA? I think NBA is the only game that's been I think confirmed for, and I don't even know how confirmed that is. What about the first Xenoblade Chronicles, who had definitive edition? Digimon Cyber Sleuth games have had definitive editions. Listen, and I'm not saying definitive editions in themselves are bad. I'm saying the way you handle your definitive edition usually dictates that kind of stuff. That's my issue. Like, definitive editions in themselves and within themselves is not a problem. What makes definitive editions a problem is the way that they're handled. And unfortunately, the way like Control's definitive edition, I already have an issue with off jump. I had an issue with some of the definitive editions you got from going from PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4. And the excuse was, oh, well, that game came out late in PS3 and we want to give it another chance on PlayStation 4. And I'm like, bro, the game hasn't even breathed on PlayStation 3 yet. Like, I don't care about you releasing it on PlayStation 4. I'm saying give it time. It's the same logic. Don't put out a game in 2016 and then put out a definitive edition in 2017 because you know what that tells the consumer? I need to stop buying your games at launch. Why do you think Street Fighter is the pure example of why people don't buy games at launch anymore? Because Street Fighter, especially with 4 was so fucking notorious for having 6 to 8 versions of itself that when Street Fighter 5 came out, it didn't sell nowhere near as well on its first go around. And part of the reason why is because from Street Fighter 4 we were taught, yeah, it's not gonna happen. They're gonna release another version of Street Fighter 5. And guess what? We have what? 3 or 4 versions of Street Fighter 5 right now, like Arcade Edition and then Champion Edition. I forget the whole fucking list. Let's look. I think it's like 3. It's like Arcade, Champion, and then I might be missing one. I'm probably missing one. Let's see. Street Fighter 5. Let's see. Street Fighter has, I think it might just be 2. It might just be Arcade and Champion. Let's see. Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition. Yeah, because I think Arcade Edition became like the base version. So Street Fighter 5 has had technically 3 versions of itself. In 2008, 2012, there was like 5 different versions of Street Fighter 4. Exactly. And that's my point. Like, I don't care that they exist. My issue is like the timing and the output of them. That's why I say, like, I agree. I'm cool with Game of the Year, Complete Edition, and Ultimate Editions in general, but don't give them exclusive content. Well, that's not how that works. Exclusive content on Ultimate Edition is just absolute BS. Well, that, like I said, my issue was, like I said, I agreed 100% with the whole the upgrade should be free for all owners of the game. My issue was that shouldn't have been the only complaint about Control. I don't like the fact that game's second DLC isn't even out yet and you're already announcing Ultimate Editions. Fuck you. How dare you? we had like you haven't even pleased your main consumers yet because they haven't gotten the entirety of what they paid for. If you bought the DLC early, which a lot of people probably did, because like I said, when it comes to buying DLC, there's only two types of people when it comes to it. You either wait until the DLC's out and then you look at it and go whether it's worth it, or you're an initial buyer. I know that's what they're doing. That to me that doesn't justify it though. That's still like that still comes off scummy as hell. I'm like, bro, I haven't even gotten it yet. I haven't gotten to enjoy the full product. And you're already releasing a better version. What the fuck did I pay $60 for then? Like that's my issue. Because here's the thing, even if you got the game on discount over the course of this year, the DLC didn't get discounted. They never discount DLC. Or it's rare. And I don't know if the DLC was 20 or 30. But the point I'm making is that I still had to pay full price for the DLC, and the second one isn't even out yet. And I should have just I should have just waited. That's what I'm saying. To me, this is just another case of, now granted, like I said, the upgrade thing is scummy in its own right, but this is just another case of stop buying games early. Like this practice in general is another example of stop buying games when they launch. Because it's no point. It's all about timing. You can make a better version of the same product, but it can't be with. Yeah, exactly. That's my main issue. Well, yeah, that's my main thing. The DLC. How much was the DLC, Juice? Just to, because I don't know. I don't know how much the pricing is. Usually, I'm banking $20, $30, but I don't know the specifics. So if you know, and I think you bought it, so I'm just curious how much the DLC was. But yeah, like I might try to get my money back for the expansion. See, that's the thing. That's my point. Like the DLC wasn't even out yet. You don't even remember the price? Oh, fuck me. Okay. But yeah, that's my main thing. Don't fucking do that. Don't at least let the DLC come out and breathe. Then you can release your definitive edition. Don't release a definitive edition when you haven't even given your base consumers everything they wanted from you yet. You can't fucking charge me $60 plus another $20 for the DLC and then go, oh, well, we're going to release a better version on the same day the other DLC is supposed to come out. What the fuck did I buy the DLC for? I wouldn't have bought the DLC if that was the case. Ultimate Editions, obviously you have to know to take an L on that. That's fine. That's fine. I want to make sure I get this perfectly clear. I don't have a problem with Ultimate Game of the Year editions. I don't have a problem with those kind of games. But like, what was it? Black Jedi said, it's about timing. You cannot release that shit within a year or 6 months of the game's original release. That's why people hated it with Street Fighter. That's why people hated it with Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It's the same shit. Don't release that shit within the first year. I don't remember if Last of Us was pretty close, but it wasn't. I think Last of Us, at least, was already done. Like, in terms of them releasing everything they wanted for it. Like I said, just don't fucking release the DLC and then release the new version of the game like so close to each other. Give the game time to live and breathe on the console you released it on originally, and then put out your game in edition like a year or two later. Primarily 2 years. I would say 2 years is like the least amount of time. But motherfuckers know they can make money. They've been making money off of this. Although I think Street Fighter 5 kind of paid for it in the long run because Capcom just went full retard when it came to that shit. Like, Capcom had no common decency whatsoever about that shit. And I think Street Fighter 5 suffered heavily because people didn't believe that's the only edition of the game. And by the way, they were fucking right. They were absolutely right. Oh, man. Hold on, I didn't make sure I didn't miss too much. Let me see. I don't recognize that icon, guys. I really don't. Back in college, I used to eat dinner where students ate half 4 p.m. They didn't put the sign out until literally 4 p.m. Let's see. More games should offer free DLC like Jedi: The Fallen Order. I can't really talk on JRPGs. That's fine. We're just talking in general. Let's see. Based on Divinity devs, they're releasing the DLC years after the game came out. DOA 6. Oh yeah, DOA 6 is a whole nother problem, bro. DOA 6 is a fucking train wreck in a lot of ways. Also, thank you for the follow, Super Guy 2003. It's all about timing. Like, exactly. It's all about the timing. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. I love Dragon Age. The end of the year just worked out pretty well for me. Guy 13. So many years after they release. Like I said, don't have anything against having definitive editions. That never was my issue. I'm totally cool with you having it. That's that Momo meme spooky girl thing. Is it? It doesn't look like it based off the picture, but maybe I'm just not looking at it right. Oh, DOA is Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive has that problem. Dead or Alive has a problem with DLC in general. Dead or Alive is that series that charges you like 3 times what the original game costs for DLC for that game. Dicks or ass. What? What is that, buddy? Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I just wanted to give that time because I know Juice mentioned it. But the short version is don't support a definitive edition that cheats the original owners of the game. You can put out a definitive edition and not burn your original owners. To me, Control burns its original owners with its definitive edition in numerous different ways. It's the same reason why you don't support Capcom when it releases 3 versions of the same game. Fucking assholes. Let's see. What is happening? Fox, I allowed it. So you should see the thing. All the DLC would cost you almost as much as the console. Exactly, Red Dragon. DOA 6 was out of its motherfucking mind. 100%. But real quick, we're gonna go and look at we're gonna go look at questions real quick. Sorry. I don't want the whole thing to be control focused, but I did want to give that time because A, it was something to talk about, and B, I know Juice brought it up, and it is worth mentioning. Don't support shitty fucking re-releases. Re-releases are fine, but it's all about timing. Hell, why do you think there's been so much anger towards the Nintendo re-releases? But Capcom does it because they know they make some of the best fighting games. Some people would argue against that. People would tell you Tekken is better. People would tell you Soul Calibur is better. Some people would tell you Samurai Showdown is motherfucking better. Some people might be reckless enough and say that Smash is better. Don't sit up here. What fighting game have you truly? Well, and here's the thing: even Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite that I heard in terms of a game is fine, but the way it was handled was so poorly that motherfuckers didn't buy it or support it. And because it was never supported, guess what? Now it's just a cool game that exists in a dark void because Capcom didn't know what the fuck they were doing as far as their marketing. That's a whole thing. Anyways, let me read the fucking questions. So like I said, if you want to ask questions, put it in the questions for AME section on my Discord. But moving out of that, let's go into some questions. And of course, you guys, I like how there's some of these aren't even gaming questions, so we might as well talk about it. Source on that has 3 Nintendo related questions. I think I'm gonna combine 2 of them into one. So the first question is how the Switch has passed the NES sales, the NES lifetime sales, and talk about the huge milestone. And then supposedly there's a Skyward Sword port released on Amazon. Well, there's a listing for a Skyward Sword Switch port. No, we're gonna talk about the Kiss anime, Kiss manga thing because it's in here, and I don't mind talking about it. There's actually a video I plan to make around that anyway, so that's fine. Let's see. Oh, let me read the chat real quick. Street Fighter 4 is better than any AAA fighting game this generation. Only smaller fighting games like Blaze Blue are better. Oh, damn, savagery. How long did it take Street Fighter 4 to get to that point, though? And which version of Street Fighter 4? Because you're not talking about OG. I know you're not talking about OG Street Fighter 4. You're probably talking like about arcade edition if I had to take a guess, but you know. So, all right, let's talk about it. So, uh, as far as Nintendo Switch passing the NES, that's not really a huge surprise. Nintendo Switch is kind of gotten into this weird momentum where it can kind of just it's just steamrolling. It's not even releasing a lot, and it's just fucking steamrolling. This is kind of like this is the Wii's momentum, where the Wii at a certain point was just selling for the fuck of it. Although I would argue this is a lot better than the Wii in that sense. Oh, he played a lot of the Street Fighter 4 on the 3DS. Woo! People forget that game came out. The Switch is chilling in terms of sales. You're 100% right, Ant, right? And part of the reason why is because, well, let's think about it. Xbox hasn't put out really anything this year. I can't even think of an Xbox game that came out that was worth buying specifically an Xbox for. Xbox didn't put shit out, and then I think PS4 only had like two real games that people gave a shit about, which was Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima, which despite the controversy of Last of Us 2, it sold well, so I guess the controversy didn't matter that much. Kind of the same thing that happened with Pokemon, ironically enough. Not to the same degree, but it's still a thing. And Ghost of Tsushima sold well and has pretty positive views and opinion. Uh, so the Switch happened to have one of the best quarantine games you could possibly put out. But let's talk about Skyward Sword. So here's the thing: I think people are going to be annoyed with Skyward Sword's port, even though I think it's probably the more justified re-release that will be announced. That's the irony of it all. So I am very much of the idea of I'm totally cool. I already said it, I'm cool with Game of the Year editions or definitive editions or ports of games. I think it's cool to have a re-release of a game, but usually my thought process is you have to be at least a generation or two, probably two generations away, to get a proper like re-release, right? And most of Switch's re-releases, at least from Nintendo, have all been primarily from the Wii U. Now I understood why this happened. Doesn't make it necessarily right, and that's why you don't buy re-releases in general. That's one of the reasons why the only re-release I own from Nintendo themselves. Actually, I don't, because the only re-release would have been Bayonetta 2, and technically, even though that is a Nintendo game, that also isn't like first party Nintendo. So Bayonetta 2 would have been mine, whereas everyone else's, I think it was like Mario Kart 8. Skyward Sword getting a port, I think, is completely justified. Skyward Sword came out in 2000 fucking what was it, 10 or 11? I think it was 11. So it's been like almost a decade since that game came out. I think it's perfectly cool to have Skyward Sword come out. But the problem is Nintendo fans are really fucking jaded due to the fact that we got Tropical Freeze and Captain Toad, Bayonetta, Super Mario Brothers U, Mario Kart 8, Pikmin 3, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, like Hyrule Warriors, like because those things exist and because of how the Switch has been this year, Skyward Sword I think is a re-release that I think is perfectly justified, but people are going to be more annoyed with it not because of Skyward Sword itself, but because, say it with me because it was mentioned earlier too, it's that fucking timing. That timing, it's what's fucking everything up. And so in this situation, I think it's literally just a clear cut case of timing has fucked that announcement up. I don't think it's bad, but that's what's going to happen. And then a lot of people are concerned about whether it's going to play right. But then again, I think Pikmin 3 has the same level of concerns about it. Like, how you're going to get that game to work and you don't get to use motion controls, because most people will tell you, myself included, who play Pikmin 3 plays best with a Wiimote and nunchuck. Now, I didn't play Skyward Sword, so I can't comment on that. But Skyward Sword, I know just from videos and everything, Skyward Sword is 100% dependent on the fucking motion. So if the motion isn't right, that shit's not gonna fly. But I don't think it's a bad idea to release Skyward Sword. It's just that the timing is what's gonna ruin the hype for that re-release. And some people are still genuinely excited about it, but you know. Not everybody, not as many people as they could have been excited about it because life isn't fair. Let's see. Here comes Skyward Sword. Hold on a second. So let me read this. I only heard about bad things about Skyward Sword. Wish they released 4 swords. When it comes to Skyward Sword, it needs to get the motion controls. Any instance, I think there was a way to make the Wiimote work, or get the fat Joy-Con shaped Wiimotes. Skyward Sword didn't use the sensor bar, so gyro could get the job done. Skyward Sword used the Wiimote Plus. Then again, how would the Switch Lite player is gonna play? It's not like the size of the ship that matters, but it's the motion of the ocean. You fucking savages. Skyward Sword is an excellent motion type game. Trail, didn't you ever get? Oh yeah, SpongeBob. That's true. Real quick, I will mention the SpongeBob thing. Lightning. Some people would say fucking Twilight Princess is better, but that's a whole nother argument. I mean, that's another thing they could do. They could just take out the motion controls entirely and retweak the game. That would be a game that if you were going to do no motion, you would have to retweak the shit out of it. So it's going to depend on whether or not they want to go through that extra effort. As far as SpongeBob is concerned, I recently heard that they're working on a patch for Switch. I haven't bought it in general yet. If I buy it, I think what's probably going to end up happening is I'm going to end up getting it either on PC or Switch. Actually, for those who know from recent events, we're finally done with Final Fantasy as far as stream wise, because we beat the game last night. Woo! Final Fantasy's done. That's been going on for way too fucking long. So the next thing on the list, I'll leave up to you guys what the next game we're gonna stream next is, which are probably gonna be. I didn't get SpongeBob yet because of all the issues on Switch. I wanted to get it on Switch because the original version of that game I bought was on GameCube. And it's kind of like a Nintendo bias thing, 100%. I'm going to put a poll out on Twitter soon. But yeah, so I think the games I'm leaning toward right now would be Ori, SpongeBob, Horizon, and Devil May Cry. I think those are the 4 I'm leaning towards. I'm not talking about Devil May Cry 5. I'm talking about Devil May Cry 1. I went and bought that on Switch. So yeah, those will be the 3. Devil May Cry 1, SpongeBob, Ori, or Horizon. So did you get that SpongeBob Collector's Edition? No. I low-key, and what made me mad is that recently it was on sale for like $100 less. Bloodborne will be on the next one. I don't even own Devil's Third Black Jedi. I can't even play that game if I wanted to because I'm not going to buy it. Actually, doesn't it have a PC version anyway? I could just play. Well, I think that's just it's the PC version, just the multiplayer. I heard the multiplayer was actually pretty good for that game. It was everything else that fucking sucked. But yeah, that's the Skyward Sword situation. I don't feel like it's a bad remake. I don't feel like it's a bad idea to do. I feel like it's going to come off worse because of all the other ports we've gotten. I think that's probably the more justified port. Like, I wonder if people would be as mad about Nintendo doing ports if they were like Wii ports. Because Wii made sense. Because it's been like 10 years for most Wii games. So like other import wouldn't be a terrible thing because it's been 10 years. If you played it, it'd be frustrating. Bloodborne is on the list, but it's not going to be on the poll. Not this time. I want to play something more like chilled out. SpongeBob will be me geeking and critiquing. Or it will be just first experiences. Horizon first experiences, and then what was the other one I mentioned? My brain cut off. SpongeBob, Horizon, and Devil May Cry would be first experience. Devil May Cry is more because I like Bayonetta, and I feel like if I'm going to play that, I need to play like the granddaddy. ARMS is more of a chilled out multiplayer game, Lightning. Splatoon, I put it this way, I play ARMS before I play Splatoon again. Nothing against Splatoon, but I just like ARMS more. I think the port type gets old for Nintendo fans. If you want a game, you buy it. If you don't want the game, you don't buy it. People are complaining for days. I can understand that frustration, Melvin. You kind of get tired of hearing about it. I can understand that. Wii games need remasters. Last Story, Pandora's Tower, Sin and Punishment. Yeah. I think realistically, ports would be way more. I think the ports for Switch would be way more. They would be better received if they were Wii ports and not Wii U ports. Not saying Wii U ports shouldn't happen. I'm just saying people would respond better to Wii ports than Wii U ports. But I think they both deserve to be ported to have like second lives on other consoles. Not because Nintendo didn't make any money off them, but just because some. Actually, I think there were more games on Wii that didn't sell up to par than there were on Wii U. But that's a whole nother thing. I don't know. I hear people mad about Xenoblade Definitive Edition or dismissing it because it's old, but it's sold well. Twitter and YouTube outrage doesn't necessarily reflect reality. Well, 100%. That's why these games are still selling. Like regardless of what people say, these games are still selling. So obviously somebody wants them and somebody wants to play them. Hence why they're still selling. So I 100% agree. YouTube is not like, don't look at this Twitter YouTube shit as if be all end all. These are more hardcore fans than the vast majority. But that should already be kind of common knowledge anyway, that like the representation of like gamers is not gamers themselves, it's the casuals, which sucks. Why do you think NBA and Call of Duty sell so well? Because the hardcore ain't buying those, it's the fucking casuals. The casuals buy those games. Let's see. Prince Revolver, did you literally just put your ideal? Just I don't know, Prince Revolver. If you're still here, just give me context. You put ideal GF. Is that ideal girlfriend? Is that what that question is? I'm assuming it is, but I'm gonna just ask just to make sure. Are you asking ideal girlfriend? Why he asks this is just for the sake of it, but I'm low key don't care about answering it. I think I've somewhat alluded to it anyway in other videos, but Prince Evolve, if you're still here, is that supposed to be ideal girlfriend? I assume so. I would 100% assume so. But I'm just going to check. Let's see. Oh, of course, Richie's asking about the DC trip. Since the DC trip anniversaries today are coming up very soon, your thoughts about the awesome trip since it's been a year? I mean, I put out a video like a few months after the fact about it. So, I mean, I don't want to re-go over it again. Not here. In another video, maybe, but not here. I'm not going to do it here. But since Prince Revolver isn't responding, I guess I'll quickly go over it for the hell of it. So he goes, ideal girlfriend. It's one of those things that I've never really thought about. I feel like the ideal girl you won't really know until you meet her, or ideal guy depending on the situation. But for me, it's ideal girl. I think my main things is I want her to have a sense of humor. I want her to be open-minded. I want her to have her own goals and ambitions. I've never been the guy who really liked the idea of a girl whose main goal was just to like be a housewife. Not downing that as like a goal, but realistically, I'm like, you tell me your whole goal is just to have kids and take care of them, and that's it. Like, and some people are that, but like, it's never been the most attractive thing, and that I feel like that might change when I meet the right girl, obviously. But yeah, in terms of I want her to have a sense of humor or be open minded. Open minded is a huge thing for me, bro. I can't stand a girl who's like so. I can't stand people who are so like bullheaded that they're not willing to have the conversation about opposing opinions. Like that's like my main fucking thing when it comes to women or just people in general. We can have an issue, we can have a conversation and disagree, but that shouldn't turn into an argument or a fight and be end of it, right? That'd be like that's my whole thing with that. I'm not gonna go into physical. Well, I mean, I can go into physical attributes. It's pretty simple. I'm very much a fan of the feminine figure in terms of like hourglass is usually like a 10 out of 10 for me, or just thick chicks. I like THICC. Thick and fat are two different things, but I'm very much a fan of thick women. So I'll throw that in there 100% because I ain't shit. I don't even think that's a fucking problem to be a fan of women who are full figured. Thick life. Exactly. Thick life. 100%. So I'm not that much on the Opie. Hey, buddy. Orion, who told you that lie? I'm very much a fan of the hourglass persuasion, meaning if you have both, you are 100% dateable physically, at least physically. Now, oh, absolutely not, Black Jedi. Belle Delphine is like a fucking stick. I never understood the petite shit for guys. I know some guys fuck with it, but I never cared for the petite girls. They can petite girls to me are cute, and that's fine. It's not like I'm not. I mean, hell, the last few girls I've dated were all like thinner girls, so I'm not against talking to thinner girls. Um, but like, if you ask me what I prefer, it's definitely thicker girls. It's definitely Belle got them cheeks, boy. Black Jedi, I wasn't looking hard enough at Belle to think that. And what do you mean when you say cheeks? Like that's you talking about cheeks or yams? Those are two different things, man. Yams is a whole nother fucking thing, bro. Oh my goodness. I knew this was gonna happen, but I ain't shit. So I knew 100% what was gonna go down. Watch our music video. Belle's a fucking nutcase. I'm not like girls. I like my girls weird, but not even that fucking level of crazy. Hey, listen, I'm cool. And that's the other thing. I'm 100% down for like weird chicks. Weird chicks are fine. That makes you eccentric. That makes you interesting, and we have conversations about it, right? But yeah, I'm not watching that on here though. I'm not watching that video on here. I watch that like on my own time. I guess we'll do one more question, then we'll get out of here because it's almost been an hour, and this one's probably gonna last the last 10, 15 minutes, which is the whole with the deletion of Kiss Anime and recent Japanese law that happened. Do you think other sites like GoGo Anime will become extinct by next year? Also, a GX thing when? GX thing, I will let you know. We haven't done it. That's why I haven't told you about it. Rest in thighs. I'm about to eat me some chicken tonight. Let's go, Trite. Let's go eat that chicken, son. Sorry, I'm on some ghetto shit. Woo, I need 5 problems. Oh my goodness. All right, so here's the thing with the Kiss Anime and the Japanese law situation. It's funny if GT's still in here, he already knows that was a whole fucking saga in the anime community years ago. It's so funny to me that motherfuckers like that this is now resurfaced due to this recent situation. Actually, we were going through this with chapter reviews when they got rid of what was it? One manga and manga string. When both of those were taken down, it was the same shit. The same shit. So, at least from my remembrance of the anime community, it was a situation of when back in the day, no one gave a fuck where you watched anything, right? And then Crunchyroll got onto the scene and started getting popular. And I was a part of Crunchyroll started getting popular, and I was a part of the original like affiliates program, right? And that was when it was in its early stages and it wasn't handled well. And then Crunchyroll got way more mainstream, and anime got way more mainstream with things coming on Adult Swim and shit like that. Like Attack on Titan was one of those big cases, Kill la Kill, things like that, or Sword Art Online, stuff like that got really popular. And Crunchyroll fucking swooped in and fucking got mainstream, and then now every other major YouTuber has a Crunchyroll promotion, right? And in the last few years, we've been going through this thing. We've been going through this transformation again, where everyone was on their legal shit, and probably until like somewhere between 3 to 5 years ago. And now it's we're down to Crunchyroll ain't shit. Anime companies in America ain't shit, which is not unnecessarily wrong by any means. Like in a lot of cases, Crunchyroll ain't shit. Crunchyroll, I think, is way more concerned about being like a giant media presence than it is being an anime streaming service, because, and it goes into what I think someone asked me a little bit ago about where I watch my anime. I watch my anime on a Crunchyroll related site. I watch my anime on Verve, which is vrv.co, which is Crunchyroll's parent company site that has Crunchyroll content on it and other content as well, like Rooster Teeth and old like fucking and cartoons like Boomerang Nickelodeon cartoons. I watch my shit off of vrv.co. It's another subscription service site that if you buy, you then also get a Crunchyroll premium subscription too. That's where I watch my shit, right? But at the end of the, and it trips me out that they're both from the same company, and Verb has vastly better features. Has the offline downloading and subtitles you can cut off and you can change. Has better player. It's ridiculous. And the main reason why I bring all this up is because, like, as manga fans, when we were reviewing chapters weekly, we went through the same struggle, right? I want to see the new One Piece and Bleach and Naruto and Fairy Tail and Seven Deadly Sins manga chapters, and I don't know where to go because my main site, my main squeeze is gone, and it fucking sucked. But I will at least give Viz some credit. Viz went through some effort, and I would say they've gotten, nowadays they're as close as they can possibly get to having a quality service that is worth paying for. Also, you don't even have to pay for it to see new chapters on their site, which is fucking great. You're only paying for a back catalog if you want to see the back catalog. It's fucking 10 out of 10. Love that shit, right? The problem with anime in the States is a bigger difference than, like, say, anime and manga in the States have a bigger issue, primarily for different reasons, because there are certain shows that never came over. So guess what? Those shows you now can't watch because Kiss Anime is completely fucking gone. And that's not fair, right? Because we would pay for it if we had the option to pay for it, but you haven't given us the option. So how the fuck is it our fault, right? Pokemon or Zatch Bell are good examples. Pokemon's a good example of a show that you cannot watch the Japanese version of because the Pokemon company refuses to fucking stream it. They could make so much money if they had a Pokemon Japanese streaming service. But Pokemon is on that bullshit where it doesn't want to acknowledge that it's Japanese. So guess what? If I want to watch Pokemon, I gotta watch the fucking dub. And as we've all learned over the years, sub life is best life. Or at least highly fucking preferred. Especially with all that recent drama that happened with Funimation and them inserting politics into their fucking videos. Into their dubs, I mean. It was the same shit. Zatch Bell being a case of where it was only dubbed partially. So if you wanted to finish the entirety of the Zatch Bell anime in English or in general legally, guess what? You couldn't do it. I own a box set. I own the complete box set of Zatch Bell, but it's American complete, not complete in general. The American complete version is the 105 episodes. The full version I think is like 150. Although they did recently just release the sub versions, the Japanese sub versions of the movie. So I can watch the movies, but can't finish the fucking show. In these situations, that's the problem. Like, anime has too many fucking... And then on top of that, like the whole support the industry thing, which I was a big promoter of back in the day. The support the industry thing, where you support VRV and Crunchyroll and Funimation and Viz. You did that to support the creators. The reality is the creators don't see a lot of that money, if any. They see very little of it. And I mean very little of it. It probably more goes to the Japanese licensors more than the fucking creators. They might get a percentage of it, but it's a small percentage. That's why certain studios have Kickstarters and like Patreons themselves, because that's a more direct way to support that studio if you care to do all that shit. But the reality is that even though the Crunchyroll and the Funimation and the Verb and the Viz way isn't the best way, it is a way. It's just not the greatest option. The reality is that they might go after other sites, but just like with manga translations, because even though Viz has their official one, guess what? You can still on Friday, the next One Piece chapter will be translated. So will Black Clover. So will My Hero. So will fucking Attack on Titan. all that shit. It'll all still be translated. You will never 100% kill illegal streaming. You just won't do it. That happens with American shows still, right? Yeah, you buy the Blu-ray if you want to support the studios, right? Uh, you will never 100% kill streaming. The most you'll do is you'll get rid of all the mainstream sites, and that's it. But even now, that's like saying when one manga died, did manga illegal scanlations of manga stop? No. They got people had to find new sites to go look that shit up. And so now people rotate between different sites. But the shit never stopped. Exactly. The shit never stops. It will never stop because people will always go through effort to get things a cheaper way. We are really resourceful when it comes to cheating the system because we don't want to pay for shit, right? It will never stop it. All it's going to do is make it harder. And some people who don't watch any of these like niche ass shows that don't get picked up, they'll just say fuck it and get a Crunchyroll subscription. That will happen 100%. That there will be people who are like, you know what, fuck it. I'll get a Funimation or a Crunchyroll subscription because the shows I'm watching are all mainstream anyway, and there isn't any show that I'm watching that I need that I need to watch illegally. Now for me, I have a Verb subscription and I have to watch Pokemon that way. But that's because I have to. There is no legal Japanese alternative. Everything else I watch on Verb. I think that's it. I think literally Pokemon is the only thing I watch illegally. And why? Because you cannot watch Japanese Pokemon legally. Everything else I have Viz's subscription service, which I like, and I have Verb. Those are my two anime related subscription services. And I got everything else I want. And I get everything I need off of those two sites, right? The only thing I don't have is Pokemon. But realistically, for those who are worried about like losing the ability to watch and enjoy the shows that you've been watching on those sites, you will still have the opportunity to get those things. The problem is you're going to have to work a little harder for it. So if your laziness overtakes your ability to like get free shit, you'll probably just buy a fucking subscription service. Like the reality is that you're going to buy a subscription service if you're too lazy. And the irony is we're in the fucking generation of laziness. We're in that generation where I can get on my phone and order pizza, or I can get on my phone and call friends and family, or I can get on my phone and stream shows. My phone is a magical fucking device that can cheat the whole goddamn universe. And because of this fucking thing, guess what? I don't want to do shit. So inevitably, those who can will just say fuck it and buy a subscription. But those who still want free shit, y'all will find a way. Like you did the first time. I'm just what I'm saying. You all, hell, they still upload illegal episodes of One Piece when it airs on Saturdays. I can type in One Piece 937 and in the sea of reaction videos, I'll still get the episode with lower pitch or the episode with like some type of filter on it and shit. People still do that in this day and age when you can literally go watch those episodes on legal sites for free. Because remember, Crunchyroll makes their shit free like a week after it airs. And people still do it. So at the end of the day, this is what happens. I already got my backup site. See? Well, GT, you were into a lot of niche shit. So I already knew you were going to be. I already knew you already had your shit set up. I already knew you had your shit set up. And any other manga I read illegally are mangas that haven't been licensed yet. Because as you guys know, I buy a lot of shit. Yeah, the shit's going to keep happening. I also like to record Tsunami because anime on Cannibal TV is so novelty to me. See? People are resourceful. Y'all will find a way. Y'all will motherfucking find a way. So yeah, I don't think this is going to kill it. You just made it harder. But motherfuckers who want to find it, and a lot of motherfuckers want to get shit for free, they will find a way. That's all I'm going to say. I barely even use Kiss Anime, which is why it doesn't really affect me. It's same there. The only thing I used Kiss Anime for was Pokemon, and I could easily go find that somewhere else. And I already did. Actually, I did tonight when I watched the episode and reviewed it. Guess what? Found it somewhere else. All it took was a Google search. It took me less than 10 minutes. People had like Kiss Anime. The same thing happened with manga stream. Same thing happened with one manga when they fucking stopped putting out shit. Guess what? I either resorted back to Viz, which worked for the most part. And then the other shows, the other series that weren't picked up by Viz, found another site. People acting like this is like some crazy shit. It's not new because we went through it before. But see, that's the kids. The kids are like that. Y'all don't fucking know any better. It's all right though. But yeah, I would say if you're gonna get something, get Verb. Don't get Crunchyroll. Get Verb because Verb is a better fucking service. And it includes Crunchyroll content and other shit. I'm not even sponsored by Verb. I'm just letting you know 100% get Verb. I've been meaning to do a video to compare the two sites and how even though they're owned by the same company, it's fucking baffling to me how much better of a service fucking how much of a better of a service Verb is, and it's by the same company. Do not pay for Crunchyroll, get Verb. Crunchyroll killed my computer once. The website has been slow for me, etc. Exactly. Get Verb. Fuck Crunchyroll. I don't use Crunchyroll. It gives me a Crunchyroll subscription. Guess what? I still watch it on Verb. The app is way better in my eyes. The manga stream shut down or they got in trouble? They got in trouble. I don't know. They might be gone now, but I know they got in trouble. I think twice, actually. That's when they started only having like 4 chapters available for each series. Because they got in trouble the first time. So they couldn't have like the full depository like they used to. The app was in my eyes. I remember when Manga Stream got shut down, people thought that was in. This shit ain't gonna end. People's ability to, yeah. Yeah, because they also have old cartoons and shit. Manga Stream got in trouble before and then it came back. It did come back, but it came back limited. And then I think it's dead now, I think. Yeah, exactly, Melvin. Do not use Crunchyroll. I don't use Crunchyroll. I have a Verb subscription that gives me Crunchyroll access. I don't fucking use it. Why? Because Verb is a better fucking option. I'm going to post this shit in here. Copy. Do not use Crunchyroll. One of these days, I'm going to make that video. And I'm going to compare Verb and Crunchyroll. And like I said, they're owned by the same parent company. And Crunchyroll's... Actually, I'm going to show you something real quick. I'm going to do this real quick just to prove a point. Real quick. Because I downloaded Crunchyroll's app because I want to do this. I think it's on Japanese Netflix, not Netflix in general. So I downloaded Crunchyroll's fucking app because I still want to do this at some point. I want to do like a fucking comparison between there and Verbs. One thing about Crunchyroll I automatically don't fucking like, by the way. Hold on a second. Oh wait, I spelled my password wrong. That might be part of the problem. Yeah, that was the problem. Okay, cool. All right, so this is like a tease of what I have an issue with. So, here we go. So, if you click a series, we'll say any fucking series. We'll say, is it gonna just take me to the episode itself? All right. So, for example, I actually have it muted, so you're not gonna be able to see. But, what the hell? See, this shit already is a problem. Navigating this app is already a stupid. I just want to go to the main. Yeah, just take me to fucking One Piece itself. Okay, cool. So I'm on One Piece's thing on the stream. Let me show you. So I have it up so you guys can see. So I'm on One Piece's thing on the Crunchyroll app. This is the Crunchyroll app, right? It's kind of blurry. One thing it does, at least for me, also let me turn on Do Not Disturb because I don't want notifications going off. Is if I pick an episode, I'm gonna pick this episode, right? I'm picking an episode. I have the volume down, so it shouldn't play, right? So I pick an episode. Let's full screen this bitch. So what's full screen? If I remember correctly, I don't know if they fixed it or not. Let's see. One of the things I don't fucking like is for some dumb reason, this is like the normal episode, right? You can't comment on this shit. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is like this is Crunchyroll's app version, right? Where you have it up and you can't comment, but you can change. Let's say I want to change, right? Like I want to go to the settings and change the subtitles. Maybe I want to watch this shit in Spanish, right? Now I can change it to Spanish, be perfectly cool. But if I want to, what was the thing? Actually, I think they've updated the app since, because one of the things you couldn't do before is you had to back out in order to do that. But that's Crunchyroll's. Let me go to Verbs real quick just to show a comparison of something I think is really cool. Let me see something. Hold on a second. I like how I'm about to make my point, and they may have already fixed the problem I had. One of the problems I had with it. So I'm gonna go to One Piece 2. This is Verb site, right? This is Verb site. Look. Now Verb already has something better just off jump. The first thing is I get a list of episodes. Off jump, look at that. I can go down the episodes normally on the same video where the episode is playing. The other thing is I can download them. There's an icon in the corner. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a download error for offline viewing. Why the fuck is it that on Crunchyroll, if I go to the same episode, if I go to an episode, I can't do none of that? The only thing I can do is go to the next episode, or I can view the series or share the episode on Twitter. That's all I can fucking do. Don't make no fucking sense. And then the only thing I can change in the settings is the language, the quality, and autoplay. But if we go back to Verb, I can fucking go through the whole series from that. They even have the bitch separated by seasons. Sorry, this is blurry. They got the bitch separated by seasons. I can just go on that. What else do I want to mention? Oh, and then the kicker is has the whole more anime like that. So let's say I want to watch the episode, but I want to see what other animes are correlating with it. Here's some suggestions: Black Clover, Hunter x Hunter, My Hero, Fire Force. What was the other one? What is that? Oh, Boruto. Dr. Stone has all these recommendations on this. That's just I'm just talking about the view pages, mind you. And then the other kicker being is that for this one, is if I want to watch the episode, right? So I'm watching the episode. The other thing, there's a comment section. I have a comment section on the episode that I can do while watching the fucking video. And once again, it's the same goddamn company. The same company has two different apps. And for some reason, the quality is so much better on this bitch. I can do multiple different things. I can be commenting on this bitch. I can be looking for the next episode I want to look at. I can be fucking looking for other anime that fit in the same genre as One Piece. And then I can obviously look up, oh shit, fuck me. And then obviously I can watch info and then add it to my watch list if I want to do that. Don't do this with Boruto, I'm just saying. I don't even know. Can you even add this to your watch list from here? No. You can't even add this bitch to your watch list from here. This is all it fucking shows. Don't make no... Actually, let me pick a show that I don't already have in my watch list. Let's pick Rent a Girlfriend, for example. So Rent a Girlfriend... So Rent a Girlfriend's right here. Now, Rent a Girlfriend, when you first get onto it, like the series shit, that's when you can see the episode list. And then you can do all that. You can see all that right here. But that's on the series. The moment you click an episode and start watching that bitch, the only way you can see it is if you back out. You have to back out of the fucking episode just to get back to the fucking series. And guess what? It does do the thing where you can continue watching at the bottom. That's fine. But I'm just saying, Verb let you did it while watching. Verb, I could add it to my watch list, go through episodes, look at comments. You can't comment at all on these episodes, by the way. Fucking stupid. Sorry, I went on a little fucking rant, but it ticked me off, bro. It ticked me off. It ticked me off, the like subtle shit. And they even have like other series like this, right? Other series you might enjoy. But once again, you can't look at none of this while the episode is playing. Whereas Verb lets you do all of that while the episode's playing in the top. Which is fucking insane to me. It is absolutely nuts. And actually, Crunchyroll used to have this other glitch that I don't think it has anymore. Of the video player would pop in and out. The video player would pop in and out. Because it wasn't sized properly for certain devices. That was the other thing I was going to complain about. I don't know if that's still a thing. I know my phone doesn't do it anymore, but like for certain devices, if you were watching a video full screen on Crunchyroll's app, it doesn't fit the aspect ratio completely. So it's janky. I don't know, like you could zoom in and out of it partially because it doesn't fit the screen properly. I don't know if it still does that, but at least from what I've seen so far, it doesn't do it anymore on my phone. Unless it's another phone. I don't know. But yeah, that's just that. I know you're not doing all that stuff, Antrite. I'm just saying, like, realistically, it's just an example of if you're making me pay $10 a month and your big brother site is doing it, why aren't you doing it? The download offline feature in itself should be universal. Why is that only on Verb? That's a basic thing. Crunchyroll does that though. Funimation's app does that. Netflix does that. Like, why download offline is a pretty standard fucking feature that for some stupid fucking reason isn't on Crunchyroll's, but Verve got it. And once again, I'm not even sponsored by Verve or anything. It's just me. This is just me talking. Also, you cannot read manga on Verve. Verve primarily deals with social, like anime and cartoons. So like you can watch what was the other thing you can watch? Nicktoons, which I watch a classic like Tex Avery shit on there too. What else? Actually, I'm not even logged in to Verb on my phone, which is kind of dumb. I don't know why I'm not logged into it on my phone. Let's see. Shit, no. I don't know how to spell my password apparently. And then obviously, yeah, and it combines with HDive. So like Sentai Filmworks stuff, you also have access to. But let's see. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anything else of note. I don't think I am, but I just want to make sure. Because I want this point to be put all the fuck in. But yeah, here we go. Here's the list of everything you get. Boomerang. Oh, let me see. Shit. The visual is not helping me. The reflection is killing me on this. It's fucking... Damn it. Hold on. Boomerang, Cartoon Hangover, Crunchyroll, HDive, Rooster Teeth, Nick Splat, Mondo, VRV Select. I think those are all the main ones. So yeah. And like you think, for Nickelodeon, All Grown Up, all that. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Kablam. Rocket Power, Cat Dog, Angry Beavers. And all this is for $10 a month. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no reason to buy. That's why I say I think I just view it as a better investment. But yeah, it trips me out that this simple feature, offline viewing, is not on Crunchyroll at all. It's fucking stupid. Yeah, that's VRV. This is VRV. Yeah, Anime Rapper, this is VRV. You can actually just check it. You guys can check it for yourself. I'll put it in the chat one more time. Because I need to get out of here because I need to take a shower and I have work tomorrow. But sorry, I kind of went on a fucking rant. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna make the video. I'm 100% gonna make the video because it's just a point I want to make. So, but yeah, I think that's the gist of what I wanted to talk about, guys. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the votes, love, and subscriptions, and all that other fun stuff and follows. Next podcast is the Waifu Husbando podcast. So on Discord, I am definitely going to be making announcements and statements and everything on Discord, on the Discord. So follow me on the Discord and see who wants to join that, because people can join for that. And I'm gonna set up a time and date for those who want to join so we can do it. Because that podcast will literally be us just talking about anime attractive men and women. Because that's just what we're gonna do. I ain't wanted to enjoy my hobby. I ain't trying to hurt nobody. I'm just here to talk to you. I don't want to hurt you or nothing. I just want to talk to you about that book, that good book, that manga of One Piece. But with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the support. 23 motherfucking viewers. Let's go. But I think we can rate Tyrone. Let's rate Tyrone before. So you guys go over there and support my boy Tyrone, I believe. I believe he's streaming. He better be fucking streaming. Is he streaming? He is streaming. So go over there and support my boy Tyrone the God 3, man. I know you haven't decided yet. But let's go over there and support the boy Tyrone as I get out of here. So anybody who wants to join and support the boy Tyrone while he's streaming Fall Guys, give him some love and some attention. Show him we give a fuck, we care, and get his views up, because I think he wants to make streaming a full-time job for him. So I'm gonna give him that push if I can do it for him. We always try to represent and send love to the boys. It's all about the boys. Looks like only 12 of you guys are in there, but it's fine. Yeah, he's playing Fall Guys. He actually invited me. I'm supposed to be in that stream, but time kind of got away from me, as you guys can tell. So, yeah. If I don't end up in his stream, I'm at least going to send him some love in other ways. So, I'm about to go take a shower. Everyone go say raid from Terrell and shoot out emojis. For those who are subscribed here, use the emojis over here to represent. Love's gameplay to win. I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for the love and support. Peace out. Raid! Did they actually do the raid? Oh, yeah, okay, we're doing the raid. All right, we outie.